is a new era in sports, media, entertainment. Who am I? What is this? What's up? It's Greg Larnerd, formerly of ESPN Chattanooga, host of The Word with G. You might remember me in the midday shows, formerly again on ESPN Chattanooga. Unfortunately, the station was sold, and ESPN Chattanooga is going to be no more. So we've decided that there's a new venture because there's a void left here in the great city of Chattanooga, the scenic city of Chattanooga when it comes to sports media and sports entertainment. So as I look to my left, I think, why not fill that void? Because while we were doing this show, there was one element that I loved above the rest. And there was three guys that I loved doing it with in terms of sports talk radio more than anybody that I've ever done sports talk radio with before in my life. And so as we filled that void for the great city of Chattanooga, and hopefully beyond, hopefully we reach beyond, it's time for a new era in sports media here in the scenic city. As they say, as one door closes, another one opens, and that means it's time to chat it up. Let's go. Welcome to Chatt It Up here in formerly of ESPN Chattanooga with the Feel Good Friday crew, plus one, our man Joseph behind the scenes. He's going to be our producer for the show. He'll chime in from time to time. Again, you already know me. I'm G, a.k.a. Greg Larnerd. And to my left is a man who is the mayor of the Thick Boy Running Club, formerly of Chat 10 Sports, and a big-time Titans fan. He is our resident Titans fan. Give it up for Chase Green, a.k.a. Mr. CG. What's up, CG?
Thank you. We're going to get cool audio with that, like clapping.
Yeah, we'll figure it all out
eventually. We're going to get there. Shout out to our technicians.
Amen.
Work.
Amen.
Quicker feet.
I don't know. I don't know about all that, but he is doing a fantastic job. And to his immediate left, we have a man who is going to bring you conspiracy theories, all the randomness. I call him the fun uncle of the show, Mr. Garrett Tolley, a.k.a. GT. Give it up, baby.
Hey, cheers. Good to be here, man. Boy, I'm so excited we got this up and running, man.
Me too.
We felt the void, and we're about to fill the void for Chattanooga, so I cannot wait.
Chattanooga and beyond,
as
we hope.
And beyond.
Yeah, and beyond. And then finally, across from me, there's nobody I'd rather be at the head of the table with across from than my man, a.k.a. Mickey Malcolm Harris.
What is poppin'?
Dr. D, what's going on? The doctor is in the building.
It's so good to be here, man. I'm excited to get to it. Y'all, we're about to change the game. And I'm so happy to be here, bro.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
All right, first live show. As we're going to rock and roll, just to set it up for y'all, we are going to be live every Thursday night, sometime around 7 o'clock or so. And then when it comes to our Monday show, we're going to record something for you. So we're going to have shows for you every Monday and Thursday just to start out with. So as we rock and roll, the Super Bowl just finished up. Saw a lot of this. The Swifties are happy. The script has been written. The script has been fulfilled. And it just seems very apropos as we sit here right now that Taylor Swift has won Super Bowl 50. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 58.
Well, G, you showed me a picture during the game. It was Goodell and Swift talking. It's like, what are they talking about? It's like, hey, Taylor, I just want to thank you for the millions of fans you brought, and then also the billions of dollars you're going to bring.
Oh, I know exactly what he was talking about. He was talking about how Miggy and I got the game right. And
hey, don't forget.
Our boys at Chase and Greg.
Don't forget Joseph got it right.
Joseph got it right
Joseph,
too.
my dog.
Yeah, we the Kansas City Chiefs gang right in here. We got the two losers on our rights, nonetheless. Nah.
Y'all picking against Patty Mahomes.
I know. I even said
Come on,
I
y'all.
even said it was dumb.
Bro, he won 3 Super Bowls. What? 4 years? 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
I mean, Tom Brady did the same thing.
The first time that somebody has won back-to-back Super Bowls in 20 years.
Yeah.
Tom Brady and the Pats.
Yeah.
Being the last. So
yeah. This is a dynasty, guys.
This
is a bona fide dynasty right now with the Kansas City Chiefs.
It is 100%.
It's unreal. Now, I know you're going to do some Tolley time conspiracies. You don't have any today, but you're going to do some. There's going to be a lot of people right now that are talking about conspiracy theories and a script and a narrative and all the NFL wanted Taylor Swift to win. But honestly, guys, there was nothing in that game that told me, boy, this game's kind of rigged towards the Kansas City Chiefs right now. So I don't believe in a script, a narrative. This is not WWE. The better team won the football game tonight. Plain and simple. There was a lot of mistakes on Kansas City's side, and they had to overcome them. And shout out to that KC defense. They did a hell of a job shutting down Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers tonight. They had a couple of turnovers early. San Francisco did not score a single point off those turnovers.
Yep.
So you got to give a shout out to Spags in that defense. I know we all want to talk about Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and Marquez Valdez-Scantling and your boy Justin Watson, who's a bona fide stud.
Hey, that boy's a star.
Stop it.
That boy's a star.
Stop it. Your credibility just goes down.
I'm just saying, man. He outplayed Travis Kelce a couple times this season.
Oh, my God.
When he's dropping touchdown passes. Ask me how I know.
You know. I know you know. But yeah, again, you just look. I don't know if y'all believe in the script narrative or anything along those lines, conspiracy theories when it comes to the NFL and the Super Bowl winners and things like that. If you do, tell me, please.
I mean, it's pretty interesting that Taylor Swift, the world's hottest pop star, at just the right moment comes in the Travis Kelce relationship, improves the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs by what, 331 million? Is that what the number was?
That is correct.
I mean, talk about a pump and dump, dude. Like, you know, if they break up, that's it.
Yeah,
dude. Well, and I think that was pre-playoffs.
It was.
This wasn't even.
Yeah, no,
playoff
this was
Taylor
pre-playoff, and she made it back from Japan, boys.
She did. Good. Shout
out to Taylor Swift.
Shout out to
fans.
the pilot who brought her back, man.
Yeah, I bet that guy got a nice chunk of change.
Yeah,
he sure did.
Amen.
What a loaded box that was, too. Just all the people, all the fans up there that were not even fans.
Kyle Bosworth, shout out to him.
Yeah,
sitting
Kyle.
with Alex Morgan and Vince Vaughn and the entire crew.
Yeah, he sent me a picture.
Box.
Yeah, Kyle Bosworth was with.
We're gonna try to get him on Thursday.
He'll come on. I'll
make
him. But
Thursday.
he showed me a selfie with Nelly. And
he took a selfie with Nelly.
He took a selfie with Nelly. And hey, I'll tell you this: my man Kyle and Corey Bosworth, they were up on the longest yard set years ago with my uncle. And they, so I was like, did you tell them about that? And they didn't respond back to me, but I was like, listen, man, y'all know each other longer than you think, man. So
exactly.
Shout out to those guys.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this question. This one just popped into my mind. Talking about different people that you see at a football game, especially at a Super Bowl. Yeah. And we're gonna get to the halftime and all that good stuff as well. We got to break down a lot of different aspects of this game. But just to start, since we're talking about this, Miggy, I want to start with you. If you could run into or meet one celebrity at the Super Bowl, say you're going to the Super Bowl, you get a chance to be in a box, who would be one person that you want to hang out with in that box that's a celebrity? You could be an athlete, could be an actor, could be a singer. I don't care.
I'm gonna have to go Beyonce. Like, just
Beyonce
to be able,
you're going without Jay-Z.
Barbie
with Jay-Z.
Barbie right there.
Okay. With Jay-Z.
I got nothing but respect for Jay and Queen Bee. Yeah, that would be my one for sure.
What about you, GT?
Man, the one celebrity, dude, throw me some Jack Black, dude. If I saw Jack Black in a freaking suite, I'd be hyped, bro.
Wait a second. Why? You got to explain this one. Why Jack Black?
Dude, Kung Fu Panda is a fucking series, man.
I've never seen Kung Fu Panda.
It's an underrated series.
Hey, listen, if I saw Jack Black, I would be more like, yo, that's Jack Black than I would be Leonardo DiCaprio. And that's just
that's
real. That's
a
real.
bold statement right there.
That's real.
Have you not seen Killers of the Flower Moon?
I haven't seen it yet. No,
great flick.
It's like 3 hours long.
It's a journey, bro. We cut it up in 3 pieces. That's how old we are now. So,
how about Shallow Hal?
Oh, Once a Gal, dude. Yes, dude. He was pulling baddies out there, man, on the inside.
Yeah, on the inside. That's right. Shout out to Tony Robbins, who was also famously in that movie, Gwyneth Paltrow and whatnot. What about you, CG?
That's a tough one. Right now, Tom Segura, Burt Kreischer, it looks like they had the best Super Bowl of any non-athlete or sports show. I was like, those guys would be a blast. You just launched a liquor company this week?
Was it vodka, you said?
Yeah, it's a vodka company. Dude, that would be so much fun hanging out with all the comedians. But another one I thought about just now, Paul Rudd would be fun.
Oh, Paul Rudd would be great. He was there. Yeah. He was there donning a Chiefs jersey.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I saw him on the sidelines. I saw a picture of it as well. For me, man, I think I'd have to go with, I might cheat a little bit on this one. I'm going to go Vince Vaughn, a combination of Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson.
Nice.
I would love to hang out with those two guys by themselves.
You want a little wedding crashers in your
I do.
Those
guys are so
little internship,
freaking funny.
man.
Oh, dude, the internship is just a good, solid movie. We were talking about that movie the other day. I watched it that day when the snow was falling a couple of weeks back. So that would be great. And obviously, I'd love to hang out with A-Raj. Aaron Rodgers.
man,
Yeah.
It's my guy.
Yeah.
As we know. Somebody asked me, they texted me while we were watching the game. He goes, on this final drive to go to overtime, he said, who would you rather have, Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes?
What do you mean? Like on the final drive?
To lead the final drive. Who would you rather have?
It's not even an argument.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
It's Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes.
It's not even close.
Come on, 17.
Can everyone see?
and I'm not with you 12.
Our two bobbleheads up here that
How you
Greg
gonna
brought.
disrespect?
We got Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. You know.
We need a Jordan Love one up there soon.
I refuse to make this a Packers show, man.
Well, then bring in some merchandise, baby.
Oh,
You're dropping the ball. I put in that sweat equity. You know.
You did.
Out there working, going to pick up things out of the garage
Yep,
today.
yep. I was really tired. I really wanted to lay down just to get a nice little nap in. We got back from Louisiana early this morning on our trip, but I was like, you know what? I got to find something because I know these two. They're going to drop the ball. They're not going to bring their stuff.
We did drop the ball. Yeah, we were Kadarius Toney out there, man. That's how. He
didn't even play. At least
we were a healthy
playing.
scratch, man.
No.
They didn't even let us play.
No. You guys aren't a healthy scratch. You're here. You made it.
Yeah.
You're on the field right now. You're in prime time. You're playing. You see these cameras. You see people that are watching right now.
Yeah.
Wait for me. Tell him hello. Give him a little kiss. Blow him a little kiss. There you go. Hey, that's right.
It's one for the fans.
That's the smoothest
One
man
for the
right
fans.
there. That's
It
a
is.
smooth.
Okay, y'all
Bad
bro.
mother trucker
Look at that
right there.
smile, bro.
I'm glad you haven't cut your hair.
Yeah, I'm not thinking I'm gonna do it.
Thank
bro.
goodness.
Don't do it.
I don't want to see you.
It says a lot
bro.
about your heart, bro. Your
Yeah.
spirituality.
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
dreads like
It's been
that.
a journey, but I was just like, I'm going corporate now, so it's like, I kind of want to,
It's
Nah,
new.
be you.
It's new corporate though.
yeah, it's a little too corporate, but
Be
I'll
you.
never shave my beard though,
Never.
No.
ever. It's like my James Harden. Like I might look like Sid, the little thing from Ice Age, or like Mumble from Happy Feet up under here. Y'all remember Mumble?
You talking about
Mumble?
Sid? Like
I've never
without
seen
the
them
chin?
Yeah,
You're gonna lose your chin.
I'm gonna lose all that.
The beard does hide like a little bit of the
It
extra
does.
chin.
It
under here
hides
every
so
once in a
much.
while.
It's makeup for men.
Yo, I said
It's
that to the
makeup
I said
for
that
men.
to the softball girls the other day, and they're like, no way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. How would you know?
Yeah, you would know.
I can tell from people that shave their beards. I'm like, oh yeah.
Not all of us can have the Christian McCaffrey chiseled.
Yeah, we all
jawline
can't look
that,
like
You see
Chase
this?
Green has.
GQ magazine, bro.
You see
Yeah.
this? Yeah. Shout out to Jawlines, all right? Hey, listen.
Oh, that is a real brother right there.
Yeah, I got you.
I should have said something.
You didn't say anything.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. You rocking.
Thanks for nothing, Miggy.
I mean, Miggy just rocking his leather over
Just
here.
a leather
You know, like,
jacket,
yeah.
I don't care about your style. I got enough, dog.
Hey, we went leather on leather at the head of the table, by the way.
Brown and black. Let's go. It's a hard end of the table
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
I didn't rock with the beanie hat though.
Yeah, no,
Messed up
no,
my hair
no,
too
no.
much.
Yeah, my hair was not hairing today, so
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
yeah, I appreciate it.
But you know
fellas.
who was balling today?
Who?
Usher.
Usher was balling today.
You
Shout
know,
out
we
Chattanooga.
were talking. Yeah, shout out to Chattanooga, big time.
Yeah, shout out Chattanooga.
Usher, Chattanooga legend. Didn't even know that
Yes.
Yeah.
until recently.
Yeah.
They did a whole thing on him in the Times Free Press, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to be honest with y'all, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. You can put it in the chat. Joseph will check it out. He'll comment back and whatnot. But that was one of, if not the best halftime show I've ever witnessed. Now, obviously, there was Justin Timberlake with the, with the reveal.
Yeah.
That was pretty dang cool when I was like in 5th grade.
Yeah, when we were young,
Loving that.
that was a nice little
First
peek.
time I ever seen a boob.
Yeah.
Probably not, but you know what I'm saying. But Usher was fantastic. And you always knew that they always seemed to bring out a special guest or 2 or 3 or 4. And we were talking about that before Usher went on. And I feel like some people at the table were like, no, I don't think they definitely were going to bring some people out.
Oh yeah, you had to with him.
Jermaine Dupri, Will.i.am,
Lil Jon.
Lil Jon,
Alicia Keys.
Luda, Alicia.
Dude, Alicia Keys
That was
crushed
a
it, man.
star-studded cast
Did
of
you
characters.
did y'all see Usher how he hugged Alicia Keys though?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a married woman, fellas. That's all I got
a
to
little
say.
sensual.
If I'm Swizz
It was
Beats,
sensual though.
if
Yeah.
I'm Swizz Beats, I got to go to the truck
she's
for
married
some.
to Swizz Beatz.
Yeah, you're sending a stern text. Like, hey, Ush, you don't talk.
I just find it funny how.
Yeah. Let's not, just sending that. Let's not.
Maybe they were on the call.
Flex.
The same girl.
No.
No?
What were we joking around? R. Kelly from the Yard, live.
Yeah, Ush, I need you to come get me.
He's like, bro, listen, I need some more money for these defense attorneys, dog. Like,
Yeah, you just had like a video screen of him. He's up on the jumbotron.
could you imagine? Could you imagine?
That would be insane. That would be absolutely insane. No, that was one of my favorite ones, and it just felt so nostalgic. You think about back with like 50 and Eminem, and I don't remember the other ones that were there, but for all of us, we're in the same age range. It was like that time when Usher was popping off.
Yeah.
With all the bangers coming out in terms of the songs and the
Yes.
albums and whatnot. I don't know, he hasn't done much lately, and it was really cool. This is the first time I've ever been out, I think, at a public place watching the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
And it was just cool. Like, there wasn't a ton of people in there, but they turned the music up and everybody was singing the songs.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was pretty dope.
Well, it was like that one halftime show with the Who. That hit a certain demographic.
Of course.
Usher hit us like
Got
that.
it.
That was like anybody in between 25 and 35, 40. Like that was our guy. Like that he was the top artist
For sure.
easily. Burn, man, that took me back to the
You gotta love
fifth grade camp, man. Bunk beds, man.
Confessions.
Yes.
You don't have to call. Yeah. Like when came on, I felt something in me. Like I was like, yo, like
What'd you feel? A little shifting?
I just I wanted to just, pop and lock and drop. You know what I'm saying?
I wish you would have. That would have been dope. I love when you go on like your story for Instagram
Yeah.
and you're just like vibing in the studio
Got to.
at Power 94
Got
and you're
to.
just like doing your thing.
People station.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
just doing your thing and you'll dance, you'll bust out some dance moves because you're there by yourself and you're just like, I'm feeling it right now.
You got to feel it.
Got
You
some
got to feel
bangers
the feeling.
on.
Feel the
Mhm.
feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give the people what they want.
People's champion, if you will.
Yeah.
I would love it behind the scenes of people like trying to dance like Usher. That would be the most funny thing. I
I would like that of you if you tried to do that.
100%.
Oh boy, don't test
Oh
me.
boy.
Don't test me
Oh,
now.
boy.
Don't test
Hey girl, I'm not. I
You want
got
to do it right now?
I won't do it right now because I'm all like sitting down and stuff. But like you know,
Okay.
we'll do it.
Yo, how about the bus karaoke video?
Solid.
The bus karaoke video.
Yeah, the one I sent you and you commented on with
What?
Lose Yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
For me,
Okay.
that was the first time I've ever done something like that where you have no music, it's in your headphones, and you're just singing out loud. I think that's the first time I've ever heard myself sing.
So Greg was on a bus back or two.
To
on
Louisiana.
To Louisiana for his first softball game, sporting the UTC Mocs, and he's got a rap video of himself. Lose Yourself to Eminem. Got spaghetti all over his shirt. That dude, he was rocking it. He
These weak
honestly
arms
he
are
was
heavy.
rocking it, man. You did good, man.
I think one of my favorite times on radio is when you and I went back bar for bar with Lose Yourself.
Word for word, bar for bar.
Just vibing. boys.
Just
Yeah,
quality
that was
radio.
dope.
100%.
But no, it was cool. All of the newcomers had to get up and do a little bus karaoke. I was the very last one. I really didn't want to do it because I thought they were going to let me, they were going to choose the song for me. And I was really nervous about that. But once I went back there and they're like, you can choose your own song. I was like, all right, we got this. But we're about to bring the house down, bring the bus down. It was fun.
Did you feel like you brought the bus down?
I sure did.
he did bring the bus down.
People were like, everybody like had their camera phones out with the lights. It felt like a performance on the bus. I felt like Usher basically at the halftime of the Super Bowl. That's what it felt. That was my halftime of the Super Bowl.
That's your moment.
That was my moment.
That was your moment.
Maybe we'll put that out on social media at some point.
Yeah,
But anyways,
we'll love to
let's-
share that.
Here we're doing the same thing we always do.
yeah, we're just bullshitting and just talking about anything other than the Super Bowl, which is what we were supposed to be talking about tonight. But we'll get to that, I promise you. So when it comes to the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs, as we mentioned, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, wins his third Super Bowl. The dynasty is officially solidified. 25-22, an incredible game. As the teams go into overtime, Jake Moody, I hated it for him because as they're talking about on the broadcast,
Yeah.
Jake Moody cost him the Super Bowl. He missed a kick. Jake Moody didn't miss a damn kick. It got blocked.
Mhm.
You got blocked.
It got blocked. Now, he may have miskicked it a little bit, but it still may have had a chance to go through if it didn't get blocked.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought. Was like when you see that back angle
Mhm.
from the goalpost, you're like, it's getting blocked. Like no matter.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It really felt like that was one. The side angle a little bit different, but from the back angle, I was like, that thing's getting blocked no matter what. That line just got blown up. So I don't know.
Hey, every play matters, man. And that's that one play. Defense plays, man. Our boy Joseph called it out. Second half, Kansas City Chiefs defense, man. They don't disappoint, brother. Yeah, look at him. He's going. They don't disappoint, man. So yeah,
No, they San Francisco scored. They didn't outscore them, but they scored 12 points in the fourth quarter and overtime. So they did okay.
I mean, yeah,
All right.
they had honestly they had all the momentum. Kansas City, they did not look like they had any magic. Magic Mahomes didn't look like he had anything to work with.
Yep.
The entire game. I mean, even Travis Kelce, what was his stats?
He had 9 catches for 93 yards. So he picked it up big. He had one.
But that was all in the second half. That was all in the
first
second
half.
half. That was all in the second half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, San Francisco, they did play better, I think, overall, but Kansas City, they just had the ball last, and that's all it was. Talk to Josh Allen about that.
They were able to, it wasn't even about having the ball last. It was their defense. To me, the MVP of this game should be the Kansas City Chiefs defense.
Yeah.
They did a fantastic job slowing down that offense for the San Francisco 49ers. And they held up at the very end when it looked like San Francisco was about to get into the end zone there in overtime with their first possession. And they couldn't make that play. Chris Jones, the money man himself, who just got paid, made a play. And he made a play on many a key third downs. And that, to me, was the difference in that ball game. That is why the Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions right now.
You took the words right out of my mouth because
Talk to me.
Chris Jones on that last play, Jawan Jennings was streaking wide open in the end zone. If Brock Purdy would have had 2 more seconds, they would have been Super Bowl champions. There's nothing else. If you're a 49ers fan, there's nothing else that you could have done tonight. Honestly. Like, what else could have happened for this to, I mean, what are we thinking? From a 49ers standpoint.
Freeman went out.
Yeah.
First, like what? He got a torn Achilles.
Greenlaw.
Greenlaw.
Drake
Greenlaw.
Your injuries,
Unbelievable.
That's a freak injury, y'all.
Awful.
It's freak injury. Like he was literally just like doing the hop skip to get out. He was fired
Yeah.
up. He was playing incredible at that.
He set the tone early on.
Yeah. And man, them not capitalizing off the pick. What was that? 13
The pick and the fumble.
Yeah, the pick and the fumble. But the pick was like,
the pick was
all right, here we go.
Right out of halftime.
Yeah, 13 minutes left in the third quarter. You're like, all right, here we go. This is your time. Just score something, because that's how this game felt. Field goals felt like touchdowns in a lot of ways in this game, because Spags had them dialed up. So you're like, if we can just score points, stay ahead, but they just didn't do anything with it. Anything, man. It's like, God. But like you said, maybe like, you don't let that free rusher go. That's Juwan's second touchdown.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the MVP.
That's MVP.
He should have been the MVP. They really, man, I feel that was a robbery.
I feel for him.
Yeah.
Me too, man.
Yeah, it was tough. Go Vols, by the way.
Was he the first player since, I guess, ever outside of Nick Foles who threw and caught for a touchdown pass?
Yeah.
On the Bleacher Report.
In the same Super Bowl.
Push notification.
Shout out to GT is the best.
Shout out.
GT is the best.
All right. So when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers, we established that, to me, again, we talked about it, Chris Jones, the reason why the Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions. That defense was incredible. The cornerbacks played great. Obviously, Patty Mahomes is going to get all the accolades. He made the big plays. And when the game was on the line, what did they do?
They found Travis Kelce.
No. They put the ball in his hands and said, you make a play. And on many of occasions, he ran the football, and you called it. He said, got to be some sort of RPO.
Yeah.
Give him the option to run. And that's exactly what they did, and that's why they won the football game.
Yeah, because his first scramble, like, okay, he's found his little mojo. He's got that. He steps up. He gets that extra swag in his step.
Yeah.
Like, all right, here he goes. And then me and G were sitting there, like, all you got to do is you can run that RPO. It's the perfect play for them. You get the dump off the Trav, or you can run it. And that gap was just there. And you're like, dang, man, that's it. That's it. And that's another part where that, to me, it always makes him feel like he's the best. It's because not everybody can do that. Love Tom. He does it in different ways. Tommy Brady ain't making that little RPO.
No,
right?
No.
But you know what he would do? He would go up under center, and he would.
It's the tush push before the tush push.
Yeah. He was like, I don't need no tush push. Don't touch my butt.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it myself.
Well, we were waiting.
Hands off, baby. That's just oh, no. No, Giselle.
We were waiting for
Patrick
Mahomes to like actually show that, because he had some scrambles beforehand, but he slid. But I don't remember what quarter. I think it was the third quarter. He actually put his shoulder pad down.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he is now trying to win this game rather than play the smart play. And in a Super Bowl, that is the biggest difference. Are you going to try to win the game, or are you going to play to survive? And that's a totally different mindset.
Yeah,
and that's what makes the difference.
I think that's a good point by you, GT, because in the first half, it really felt like both of these teams and both of these offenses were really feeling each other out. It was a defensive game. You're talking about Patrick Mahomes, maybe Andy Reid being a little bit more conservative than they would have been. And then you see, okay, halftime adjustments. I've heard from many players that's sort of a myth. halftime adjustments. There's not enough. Well, maybe in the Super Bowl there is enough time to make halftime adjustments because you have the halftime, the extended halftime, you have the performance, the concert, whatever it may be. So they go in, they make those. Nice job. They make those adjustments at halftime, and they say, okay, it's time for us to get a little bit more aggressive. And they got a little too overzealous in that first play or that first drive of the second half because he threw that pick. And, then the defense again was able to, stand up and do what they needed to do. Now, when it comes to doing what you needed to do, CBS, I wouldn't say they were all over T Swift, but they showed her in the box about, I'd say 10, 12 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel like it was overkill? Or did you feel like it was the right amount?
I mean, Trav really didn't do much in the first half. Therefore, we didn't see her like that. But like towards the end, as he was getting ramped up, we saw her more and more and more. And also shout out to Ice Spice as well. She was in the booth.
Yeah. Blake Lively was also in the booth.
Blake Lively was also in the booth.
Hey, Blake, big day for her and the fam. I mean, they got Deadpool release. It's first commercial.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
like her and Ron's back home with the kids, just hanging out, and she's out here just partying, no big deal,
Yeah, babe, go hang out with Taylor Swift. It's all good. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Enjoy Vegas.
Yeah.
Just don't do anything.
Don't do anything crazy.
He's going to Wrexham, man. He's going to Wrexham. That boy's got
he's flying.
He's got his own Vegas.
He's in the different kind of football.
He's got his own Vegas.
He's got his own Vegas.
It's true.
Yeah, I will say it was because I don't think the first time they showed her was till the Mecole deep ball.
Yeah.
So and I think that's correct, but I also believe that like they were realizing CBS was like, all right, we got a lot of non-football fans that are watching this game because of Taylor Swift. So if anything good happens for the Chiefs, like if Trav's not getting involved early, we got to show the box because we got to show Taylor getting excited for a couple of seconds. Whether it's Patty making a run or making a big throw, you mentioned the McCole Hardman one. All right, we got to pan up to the box every once in a while because we got to give the Swifties what they want because that's why they're watching. They want to see Taylor. They want to see her walking in. They're on the social media feed. They'd see her talking to Roger Goodell. And I don't know if y'all saw that, but I think the question that I posed to the group was, what do you think those two were talking about in the booth or in the box? Wrong answers only. And don't say the one that you said.
Yeah, that's behind the scenes.
Yeah, we'll keep that BTS.
Please.
So I think that what I would say in terms of wrong answers only there.
But I was right though.
I
was right.
I don't know. I think Roger was kind of maybe bragging a little bit about his new extension, and Taylor was like kind of like, that's cute. Do you know how much money I brought in for the Kansas City Chiefs? That's probably more than you're making with your new contract extension.
Well, I think he's like, listen, we go across the pond 6 times next year. Let's say we set up a concert for you Friday, a package deal with us, and we take 60% and you keep 40%. You've already made enough money, Taylor. You're fine. That's how I feel like he is. He's a savage.
He is.
He's a savage.
He's all about trying to make money for the league. And the league is, it's rocking and rolling right now.
So let's get Swifties in Munich ready to roll, baby.
Is that what we're going with? That's what he said?
They want to bring this thing international.
I feel like
in a big way.
He would have said something more like awkward, like, I didn't know you'd be here, Taylor. I'm Roger. It's good to meet you. You liking the wings? Because I picked them out myself.
Yeah.
I think he would have done something like, and then he said, anyways.
Yeah, she didn't really seem too interested in what they were talking about.
No. Well, I wouldn't be interested in what he's talking about.
I think he said, I'll see you in New Orleans next year with Lil Wayne. A little collaboration Super Bowl.
Packers, Chiefs?
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know if the Packers are going to be there.
Packers are going to be there next year.
I just don't know about that.
Why?
I don't even know if you're going to.
What gives you pause?
I don't even know if you guys are going to be the third best team in your division.
Really?
Yeah.
That's.
Are we doing this right now? Are we doing the?
I'm sorry.
Way too early Super Bowl predictions.
I think you had one too many pitchers.
No, my friend. I'm just saying. I mean, Detroit might have something to say.
Well, of course, Detroit will be there, but I ain't scared of the Vikings. I'm not scared of the Chicago Bears.
The Bears?
Come on, the Bears. I'm not scared of the Bears.
Okay.
I'll compete with the Lions all day long.
We're gonna have to see.
You remember what happened on Thanksgiving?
I do.
Remember what happened on Thanksgiving?
That Packer, the Packer beatdown. That's
right.
What happened. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're primed and ready to rock and roll, dude. Jordan loves the franchise. They've got nothing but now second and third year playmakers on that team.
It's a lot
young
of youth,
offensive line.
A lot of youth, a lot of talent everywhere.
Everywhere. They've still got a ton of picks. I think they got 11 picks in this upcoming draft.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It does anger me that y'all have like a consistent rolling quarterback that makes freaking sense.
That's because we do it right. We develop quarterbacks right. And I've always said this, that like there are some guys that you can, put in there and they'll play well right away.
Yeah.
But I've always felt, especially with maybe some of those not as big name quarterbacks, give them a little time to get acclimated and get their footing a little bit in the league. If Jordan Love had started from day one, he wouldn't be where he wouldn't have the season that he had.
I agree.
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Now, I heard some people talking about how he could be sort of like Patrick Mahomes-esque coming out of, Utah State?
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it. But then you see what he was able to do and learning behind Aaron Rodgers and picking up a lot of the techniques that he did watching him for 3 years. You're right, Garrett. It's frustrating to a lot of other fan bases because there are so many damn franchises in the league that struggle to find a quarterback. And the Green Bay Packers go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to now potentially Jordan Love. I'm not ready to put him in the Hall of Fame yet. But what you saw this past year was pretty damn impressive.
I think what you're starting to see, guys, what I think is going to start happening, Alex Smith, he had this special earlier and he wrote a letter to Patrick basically saying, like, I knew the day that you were picked, my job was done. Like, I was not going to be starting for the Chiefs anymore. But I tried to bring you along the way and show you the ropes, and you were a great kid. Same thing's going to happen, obviously with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. That model is now going to start taking over. Veteran guys are now going to stick around and kind of be the baton sharer with the next person in line and not just force a young guy in there day one, because they're not being successful right now.
No, and I think even a different version of this right now, which he's not going to take his job, but Burrow to Browning. You see this developing, like, oh, wow. Callahan, look what he did with that guy. These OCs are becoming way more popular, and that's another trend that's happening is you're getting these OCs hired like that.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Arthur Smith.
No comment.
Yeah, no comment, bro. But as of right now, your Packers have the 10th best odds to win the Super Bowl, tied with the Houston Texans.
Houston Texans is going to be bad as well.
I don't know, man. CJ Stroud, man, he's the
superstar.
He's the real freaking deal.
All right, let's have this conversation. Since we've kind of gotten off the topic of the Super Bowl, I do want to kind of venture back to the Super Bowl. But since we're having this conversation about other teams, who do we feel is the next team to truly challenge the Chiefs? Who would you give as a number one contender to challenge the Chiefs? I don't care if it's from the AFC or the NFC. Let's think about it. Let's discuss it. Let's workshop it. I see Garrett is deep in thought right now.
Well, yeah, because I got to pull back from the bank of my knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yes, which is that's a deep bank, making all kinds of deposits. I mean, look, if you want to talk about AFC teams, we could talk about the Bills. Do we believe in the Bills? I don't believe in the Bills.
I don't believe in the Bills.
This is their window.
I don't believe in the Bills.
This was their window.
Yeah. I don't believe in Sean McDermott anymore. I don't believe that Josh Allen can get you into win you a Super Bowl. He just wants to be an MVP, it seems like.
Yeah.
I still think the Ravens, man.
Lamar Jackson, this was his best chance right now.
No, I don't think it is.
This was his best chance this year. Everything was set up beautifully. You had Patrick Mahomes coming to your house at M&T Bank Field.
Talk, G.
In Baltimore, Maryland.
Speak.
Crab cakes in football, that's what Maryland does. And the MVP, I don't want to say he came up small, but that whole team in general came up small. And I'm sick and tired of Lamar Jackson coming up small in the postseason.
Me too.
I'm incredibly thrilled that he has worked out as a great quarterback in this league. And he is a great quarterback. He's as dynamic as we've ever seen. He's better than Michael Vick.
Period.
End of story. And I wanted to see how you would react to that because I know you're a Falcon fan.
No,
that's
Mike
right,
Vick
though. That's an objective statement.
Are you for real?
That's a factual statement.
Objective and subjective are two different things. Objective means that you are absolutely right across the board. Subjective means that my opinion is overweight.
Okay.
You just
gotta get us right.
A big word. I was like,
after me.
My dog.
Coming after me.
Man. Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to have a debate real quick.
Jeez.
But no, it was time for the Ravens. I don't know if I believe in them as currently constructed. What is it? Do we need more weapons for Lamar? Is it J.K. Dobbins being healthy? I mean, the defense, the linebackers are incredibly solid. What do we need for the Ravens to be successful to get past Patrick Mahomes? Is Patrick Mahomes going to be the Michael Jordan of this era in the NFL? And Lamar Jackson is Patrick Ewing.
Yeah.
Is he Alonzo Mourning?
Right now, he's Joel Embiid.
Could be. That's a more.
That's a great comparison.
Yeah,
though.
good comparison as well.
Yeah, that's another guy he's gonna win you MVP. He's gonna put you up some sick stats across the board. Playoff numbers ain't too great, boys.
Yeah.
He can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy. This one really did feel like a play calling issue for me. Joseph, how many times was they ran? Like 7 times, something stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fumble all the way across the board with the Ravens. You're absolutely right. That's a great point.
Yeah, it was, I mean, just an absolute botched game by them. Like just an awful game plan. And Lamar didn't execute. Like they forced him to be crappy term, like pocket passer-ish. Like, you know, they didn't allow him to do the things that he does well, and that is operated off the run game. Hand the ball to Gus Moore, do different things. And I know we all talked about it tonight. Like, that is another part where you're like, dadgummit, watch the San Francisco 49ers run the ball against the Chiefs. And you're like, we're just kicking ourselves that we didn't run the ball more, because Christian had a really, really solid first half. Second half, you know, they got him a few times, but still, he had a great game.
He ran 22 times in this game.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
How
had
many yards?
180. Yeah, he had 80 on the ground, 80 in
80 in the air.
through the air.
Yeah.
A lot of chip downs.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's
so
dump
fine.
passes.
He had 160 all-purpose
160
yards.
all-purpose yards.
And a
That man did
and a
what he
ton.
needed to do.
And a tutty from Juwan Jennings. Shout out.
Yes. Shout out.
Dog.
Wow.
Big time dog. All right. We're going to talk about Juwan Jennings in a little bit. But all right, let's continue down the list. We'll stick in the AFC. Do we believe in the Dolphins?
No.
I don't.
I can't. I just can't.
I don't.
I love Mike McDaniel. He's one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. You know, actually, California's head softball coach looked a lot and reminded me like a lot of the female version of Mike McDaniel. She was wearing like those sort of like mid shin, you know, pants.
The
Yeah.
fashion joggers?
Yes, the fashion joggers. You know, had kind of a cool style. She was interesting.
That's awesome.
Okay.
But I don't believe in the Dolphins. The Patriots are sunk. The Jets are the Jets, even with Aaron Rodgers coming back. Now, an interesting one is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, because I'd like to see what they do with T. Higgins. Joe Mixon's getting a little long in the tooth. They have that young running back. What was his name? Was it Chris Brown?
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown? Yeah, Chase Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, he
real
looks
quick,
explosive.
I do want to correct you on something. Tennessee Titan T. Higgins is what you meant to say.
Future Tennessee Titan T. Higgins or
Yes.
Atlanta Falcon. I think he would look great in a Falcons uniform. I've been saying this since last year that they needed to trade for T. Higgins. Pair him with Kyle Pitts and Drake London, please and thank you.
It's been a long fight. You know, just had to have a warrior spirit.
That's all right, buddy.
Outside
Mhm.
from Los Angeles a few years ago, like what team in a major city has won the Super Bowl? Like my
Boston,
my
the
thing
Patriots.
is, see, I don't count the Patriots because they're basically out in Connecticut, you know. So
No,
I mean,
they're not.
are they not?
No.
Where do they play?
They play in
Foxborough?
Massachusetts.
Foxborough. Okay. Well,
That's Boston.
they're like, okay, I'm just, and my thought was just Miami is too distracting to ever win in modern day NFL.
I just
So-
don't think they're serious in Miami.
That's my thing. Yeah, that's what my whole point.
Like,
thing is.
if you're serious, you're going to hitch your wagon to Tua Tagovailoa to be your quarterback for the next 5 years and pay him $50 million. That's unserious. Like, I'm not giving him an extension. If I'm management, like, I'm going to have a conversation with Mike McDaniel and be like, yo, figure this out. I might even deal Tyreek right now to get the most value out of what I can. Because Tyreek's gone in 3 years anyway.
Well, this is your window. You need to build around Tua and Tyreek and Devon
Yeah.
Achane.
But are you getting through Pat Mahomes?
That's what I'm saying. You got to try. Or else, what is the fan base going to show up for? You got to try.
Like, I mean, you're
I don't
better
believe they
off-
will, but
Yeah, you're better off using Tua, and I just don't. This gamble on getting a quarterback in the draft when you're too good to be a 1 or a 4. Or I guess in this draft you got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
If you like Jaden, I don't know, man. I think you had a true MVP candidate in Tyreek. You had the best running game, really.
In football.
Yeah,
aside from San Francisco, probably.
yeah.
Both of those guys
I mean,
had an incredible
incredible
years.
year.
I mean, shout out to Raheem Mostert for sure.
Yeah.
Former
30
49er.
31 years old. That's-
20 plus touchdowns.
That's incredible.
Yeah. You just want it back for that. But I mean, their defense they got hurt late. And
Yeah, they did.
losing those ends was humongous. And I just don't know where you go from there. But I mean, who else would it be in the see.
I mean, you look at the Bengals with Joe Burrow coming back healthy.
Yeah.
But again, you don't know what's going to happen with T. Higgins. I think he's probably gone. The offense gets a little less.
I'm not sold on Joe Burrow, man. We always talk about, like a Lamar Jackson not being healthy. Y'all, let's call a spade a spade.
Joseph
Joe Burrow
is shaking
has
your
not.
head at you.
Joe Burrow has not been
I'm with
healthy the
him.
last 2 seasons.
Is
All right,
that his fault?
it's not. The O-line is absolutely garbage.
Well, yeah, that's management's fault.
It is.
He might end up like Andrew Luck.
No, he 100% is on that trajectory. Y'all know that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's cold as you know what.
Once you get paid and you get hurt, you give yourself, I think, a little bit of a thing in the back of your mind that's like, nah. I just don't think that they.
I don't think Joey has that mindset.
I don't think he has the
I'll be honest with you.
mindset, but I do
I don't
think
think he would do that.
I
He's
mean,
a
I just
dog.
think about Zeke, man, like Zeke Elliott for the
That's
Cowboys.
two different people.
Two different
for
people,
sure.
but like it's just anybody who gets hurt and has a big contract, it's hard to ever live up to the hype and pressure of what you were expected to do. So therefore, anything less than a championship is considered failure at that point.
Yeah, and the cycle that you get put in when you are a quarterback worth as much as he is like when you're still not as good and you're fighting for the playoffs and you're like, we're not going to make it. That's another year. You're like, why are we going to force him to come back soon?
Yeah.
Why would you force
Yeah.
Joe to come back sooner than he should? And then you're like, that's another year. So then he's probably thinking mentally, it's like, do I really want to buy into this again? Like over and over, you're like, I probably should sit out. I probably shouldn't get hurt and waste a chance, because that was the thing about Aaron. Like you learn whether you thought he was going to come back or not, he's trying to give himself a chance because his window's shortening. But if you're Burrow, you're like, I got it forever, man.
Yeah.
So while like I'm already getting paid for this year, I'll just burn another one, or I'll burn another one. It's like I don't want to get hurt over and over. We're not going to make it. And if we do, how far are we going to make it? Might as well just let Browning play and do your thing. And now your OC's gone.
Yep.
Go Titans. So it's just another product. Like you're getting thin there, and their O-line doesn't feel like it's gotten any better.
Do we remember who may have been one of the last people to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs?
It's Joe, right?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Joseph.
That's when they made that magical run to the Super Bowl against the Rams.
Yeah.
So I think that man still has it. He can do it. To me, that would be the one team when he's healthy and when they're right, they can beat Patrick Mahomes. Now, another interesting team. I mean, there are a couple of teams in here. One, the Houston Texans, which we talked about. CJ Stroud, young team.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the up and up. I don't really think they're ready to compete just yet, but they feel like one of those teams.
No.
They feel like one of those teams that's like a year ahead of where they were supposed to be.
Most definitely.
So that's why I think they have a chance to really compete. Now, I don't think they'll beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but if the Chiefs don't seriously upgrade at the skill position position, I don't know if they're going to be able to continue the dynasty because Travis Kelce is 35 years old next year, boys.
And does Andy Reid stay? I mean,
That's another thing. That's a great point, GT. If he leaves, ain't gonna be Matt Nagy. It better not be Matt Nagy who takes over.
Yeah. Man, I've heard that rumor that
Stop.
this could be it. Why would you not ride off in the sunset? Like, I mean, if your team's going to be worse next year.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I said, like, I think that's a very real possibility. And if they don't address some of these issues, especially on offense, even if you have Patrick Mahomes, and take it from somebody who is a Green Bay Packers fan, when Aaron Rodgers got paid and they weren't able to put weapons around him, and they said, hey, Aaron, we're putting it all on you. Make something happen. They didn't win shit. So if the Kansas City Chiefs do not upgrade, they're not going to win anything anymore.
I just can't get over the fact that this is literally the worst Kansas City team Pat Mahomes has been on, and he won a Super Bowl out of it.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Offensively.
Offensively.
Yeah.
Defense is balling.
Yeah.
Defensively is the best.
I think that's another problem.
That's
with
the
Packers
biggest difference.
and in the backs, end of
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. You remember when we played you guys in the
100%.
NFC Championship game?
Got tore up from the
on
floor.
the table. It was like Ladarius Gunter out there trying to check Julio Jones. That's like me trying.
Go and take a shower. Bro.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a big part of it as well. They've been able to build up that defense while the offense is a little bit down.
To get back to your original question, though, I think you're going to start seeing teams take the Detroit Lions formula. Just draft well and just like take chances on your young guys to go out there and just get ahead of schedule. Kind of the Houston model as well. So like I could see, for example, and you're going to love this, like the Commanders. are in a perfect position
Yes.
to really do something special if they make the right draft moves. There's talent everywhere. They just need to get some stuff right. There's like just different teams out there that are just going to like go to that next phase, because right now I'm just going through the list. Like nobody's really competing with the Chiefs, but there's going to be some new stars, some new, like the LA Chargers. Like Justin Herbert's going to have something to say, you know?
No, he's not.
Are y'all
I don't think the Chargers.
I've heard that.
I don't think the
years,
Chargers.
dog.
I don't
Even with
think-
Harbaugh, I don't know. They got some work to do.
He wins, man, everywhere he goes.
It took him a
Took him a little while. to win
like
Michigan.
10 years to win in Michigan.
Well, I mean, Ohio State is-
Boys, we're gonna have gray hair and children running around this studio by the time that boy wins.
Yeah, you
Super
two
Bowl.
might. I don't know about us in the bookends. Hopefully. Let's hope so, mate. You trying to have kids? We don't want to put that out there.
Dog, if you're going on Signal Mountain with me, you better get.
Oh yeah, man. Maybe some little ones running around.
trying to have barbecues at Baylor and listen to rap music in the parking lot.
I can't wait for little Chase and little Miggy to run up to that basketball court.
Miggy-
Well, we probably, our kids, I mean, the way they're recruiting now, our kids may not play,
Yeah.
but they're going to have a great time hanging out on that bench.
Little Mickey's gonna be in band, man.
Ain't going to make it, dog.
He ain't gonna make it.
Mellophone.
100%, the coldest in the state.
That's right, baby. Pride of the Southland. All right. So before we move on to the NFC, give me the team. Let's go around the table. Tell me your team that you think competes with the Kansas City Chiefs over the next 5 years. Start with you, Mig.
It's gonna have to be Cincinnati. I mean, there's nobody else.
Even though you don't believe in Joe Burrow.
I mean, all right, I'll change.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change my answer. All right, give me Lamar, because I believe in him. He just stop making me look foolish, man. Stop.
That's what I do. That's my job.
I
I facilitate, and then I gotta call you on your shit.
I still think the Ravens. I still think the Ravens are the closest thing to on the AFC side that can actually compete over the next 5 years. I think the Buffalo Bills are done as far as competing. Honestly,
Next 5 years, Houston Texans. I think CJ's legit. You got two really good wide receivers in Collins and Tank. D'Amico is another one that could have won Coach of the Year this year. Maybe should have.
Probably should have. Who ended up winning Coach of the Year again?
Kevin
Dan Campbell?
Stefanski? Was it not
I think
Stefanski?
it was
I don't
Dan.
know. I
think it
didn't
was
follow
Dan.
the words
Knee
outside
biting.
of.
Here we go.
Knee biting Dan Campbell. Somebody's probably in the chat or yelling at their computer and or smartphone.
Stefanski won.
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski. That's kind of bullshit.
No, it is not.
Well, look, I know he does. I mean,
He
he's
lost it on a tiebreaker.
Really?
Yeah.
Campbell.
Let's see. Yeah, that's what it was.
So Stefanski won.
Stefanski won. They have the same amount of points because
Kevin Stefanski
had more first place votes.
Reverberate that if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, so Kevin Stefanski had and Dan Campbell had the same amount of points.
No, it was D'Amico.
It was D'Amico Ryans. They had the same amount of points, but because Kevin Stefanski, head coach of the Cleveland Browns, had more first place votes, he ended up winning Coach of the Year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it's whatever. You know, Joe Flacco came back and resurrection and whatnot, but
Yeah.
I mean, they were pretty doo-doo McPoo-poo with Deshaun Watson at quarterback. So I don't know if I put that on Kevin Stefanski. Let's be honest. I would have given it to D'Amico or Dan Campbell or Matt LaFleur, honestly.
Matty Floor wouldn't have been a bad one. I thought it was D'Amico's because I thought that team was going to be hot garbage. Like,
Same.
even
I think I
like-
would probably would have gone D'Amico.
Like even with, I thought CJ was going to be good. That Georgia game that in the playoffs showed me all I needed to see. I was like, this boy's a dog,
Dog.
and he was just one possession away. That wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
From winning that playoff game, but dang man, they're going to be really good. I think D'Amico's got the it factor. The players coach, typical, sayings that you're going to have around him. He's got it, man. And that offense is legit when Tank's healthy.
You know, I'm with you, CG. As much as I love Joey B, as much as I love Joe Burrow, I don't know about that offensive line. The defense has taken hits over the last couple of years. They just lost their OC. And give me the Texans for sure.
Does it change your mind at all if you condense it down to 3 years?
No.
Anybody else's?
No.
If you can't hear
Joseph?
you can't hear him, but go ahead, Joseph.
You'll have to reverberate for me.
We will reverberate.
According to CBS.
Okay, according to CBS,
Jim
Harbaugh
has the highest
active win percentage
of all NFL.
Joseph, I
all
appreciate you,
NFL
brother.
head coaches.
Validating my claims.
That's
Well,
fair.
let's talk about the team that he was the head coach of, the San Francisco
The 49ers.
49ers, which was a pretty damn good franchise and very well run. Los Angeles Chargers have been an absolute mess when it comes to a franchise. They've had great players, yet they haven't won anything. They still have great players. They have a great quarterback. They had three great quarterbacks: Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and now Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't win squat.
Yeah.
So I hope Jim Harbaugh. I like Justin Herbert. I was wrong about him. I didn't think he was going to be a good quarterback coming out of college. I'll be honest about it. But he's done a damn good job when he's healthy of being a damn good quarterback in the NFL. Now, some of the other problems is the weapons around him can't stay healthy, and that can be a big time factor. Mike Williams cannot stay healthy.
Yeah,
Keenan Allen's getting up there in age. I love that man.
I do too.
And then Austin Eckler, he's just small. He can't carry the load for an entire season. You know, just a little guy.
Little guy.
We love the little guys. Shout out to the Short Kings for sure. We give love to them, but yeah. So I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. Let's quickly move over to the NFC. And how are we doing on time? Okay, so we got about 10 minutes left. But let's go to the NFC real quick. Who is the team that you would say from the NFC would compete with the Kansas City Chiefs over the next 3 years?
Well, it's still the Niners. I just can't. That's another part about me. Like, they're so talented. Like, you look at that roster, like, that's the best running back. That's the best left tackle. It's the best linebacking group. Maybe top 3 line, like defensive line. Really, like, you have the most versatile weapon maybe in Debo. And then you still can't beat the Chiefs. So I feel like I have to say the 49ers. But the Packers aren't too far behind.
Am I wrong for thinking the Eagles?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just think that
their secondary stinks.
I know, but I mean, you're just a couple draft. I mean, you're talking about the next 3 to 5 years. I mean,
yeah. I mean, look, if they can draft well, Jalen Hurts kind of turns it around a little bit. He struggled a little bit.
He did.
I love Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert. I mean, they have weapons.
From the weapons perspective, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah, what I'm scared about is their secondary and their defense. Even though they have like Georgia North, UGA North. Shout out to Joseph.
I mean, I hate to say it. I'm just
dog.
If we're gonna pick a team outside of the 49ers, I guess, give me the Eagles.
You go to the Eagles. That's fine. That's to each their own. That's in your own division. Well, I appreciate your honesty.
Yep.
Young Malcolm.
I want to pick the Falcons so bad, but we don't have a quarterback, so I can't offer it.
You can't yet.
I
love the makeup of that group.
Yeah, it's a great.
I remember
team.
miss Ryan Nielsen on the defensive side.
Yeah,
of the
for sure. We're gonna miss him.
Raheem Morris is a good defensive, really good defensive mind.
Real quick before you fade off.
Yeah.
Like, what's your lowest standard of quarterback? Like, is Kirk Cousins?
I have 3 options, and I don't want anything else.
You don't want Kirk Cousins.
It is Caleb Williams. It is Jaden Daniels. It is Drake May, or it is Justin Fields. So 4 options. Yeah, sorry guys,
But
can't count.
Anyways, continue. Sorry.
But my team is the LA Rams, and I'm saying this because you guys give me a 3-year window. I still think Matt Stafford is a top 10 quarterback. I think they now officially have 2 top 15 receivers. I think they have a top 10 running back, and they have a young, really scrappy defense. And you have the best coaching mind in football. So give me LA.
The best coaching mind in football.
Without question.
Sean McVay, beast.
He's
just
monster.
getting started, dude.
He's a monster, bro.
He's still. I think he's still younger than 40.
He is.
Yeah, I mean, dude, look how old Andy Reid is.
He was about to retire a couple years ago.
Was he?
Yeah. After they won the Super Bowl, he was thinking about stepping away.
Well, yeah, he didn't call me and tell me that. So how the hell am I supposed to know?
That's a conspiracy. Right?
You weren't on the email chain?
No, just left me
Guys,
out
I'm out, maybe.
Yeah, you got to join the newsletter.
Okay. Yeah.
Give me LA.
Interesting. Okay, I'm not going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, to each their own. But to me, outside of the 49ers, because Chase is right, the 49ers, they're built well. Christian McCaffrey doesn't show any signs of slowing down. Love Brandon Ayuk. We've been talking about that dude all night. George Kittle's still there. Debo. That line is incredible. The linebackers are awesome. The defensive line is great. Secondary, it's been better in years past, but Jake Moody, Money Moody, we talked about him during the Super Bowl, watching that game as well. But outside of the 49ers, it's got to be the Green Bay Packers. I know what the Lions did. It was very exciting this year. Jared Goff was good. There's still something that is left to be desired when it comes to that defense, if I'm being honest. I love Aaron Glenn. I love what they've been able to do, but there were some holes there. There was some leakiness. They have some good pass rushers. But with the Green Bay Packers, what they're building with the quarterback, the young playmakers, I know Aaron Jones is getting a little long in the tooth, but he showed when he's healthy, he can be a dynamic playmaker. I'm really excited to see these young tight ends, these young wide receivers, and how they continue to grow within this system. Now, the one thing that really scares me, or the one thing that I'm really questioning about the Green Bay Packers, is the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Now, Hafley, I've watched some things on him. He seems like a dog as a head coach, or as a head coach at Boston College and other places that he's coached. They're going from a 3-4 to a 4-3. I'm really interested to see how that works. That's my one hang up with the Green Bay Packers, that I don't know how that defense is going to do under Hafley. So that's the one thing that kind of makes me a little hesitant on the Packers, but I can't root against them.
Yeah, I feel like this was a big window for the Lions. Like everything was working your way, like all the way up until halftime of your NFC title game. Like if you just complete that game, they have a chance this week. Like, if you want to look at it before the game, you're like, this is a down Chiefs year. Air quotes. Offense, the Lions can score. They could have outscored them today.
100%.
But
America was going for the Lions.
Yeah.
I
was rooting for the Lions.
Yeah. I was going for the Lions. Dan Campbell's the man, dude.
I really wanted the Lions Ravens. Just to be different. But
yeah, same. It would have been fun. All right, a couple of more things before we get up out of here. Again, first live show. Check us out all over the place on social media at Chatt It Up Sports. That's chat with 2 T's, Chatt It Up Sports. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. What else am I missing? Am I missing anything else? Twitter. Follow us all there. It's we're going to create some good content for you. We're going to do some shorts of the shows and things like that. But some interesting things while we were watching the Super Bowl, and we were all talking about Juwan Jennings and that pass that he made to Christian McCaffrey across the field, and CMC did his thing. The blocking was there, and he scored the touchdown. That Juwan Jennings was actually a high school quarterback, and he had a better passer. It was a higher rated quarterback coming out of high school than a bunch of really big name quarterbacks that are now in the National Football League. Let's run down that list. Do you have the list up?
I can pull it up.
I have it up. I just I was going to let you read it if you wanted to, but I'll say it out and we'll react. I'll start from the bottom. We'll go up. Number 6, Gardner Minshew. He was a higher rated quarterback in high school than Gardner Minshew. Not too unbelievable. Gardner Minshew, George King. Same as Sam Darnold, who was very, very highly touted, and obviously coming out of USC.
So good.
I couldn't believe that one. Because Darnold coming out of high school, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like that.
Nope. Just same as Juwan.
Juwan Jennings was a higher rated high school quarterback than his own current quarterback under center Brock Purdy.
Oh, Buff.
Yeah, this was funny. This was funny.
Iowa State's finest. Now, this one's really, the next 3 are really interesting. He was a higher rated high school quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
Underrated, man. He was underrated in high school.
Number 2.
And the sickest highlight film, too.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen the highlight film.
He was viral.
Go watch. It's worth it. When you're bored, watch a YouTube 7-minute highlight film of that.
Of Juwan Jennings in high school. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. The other quarterback on the other side who just won another Super Bowl MVP. And number 1, Joseph Burrow. Shout out to Juwan Jennings. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. You can step out if you need to, Meg. All right. And then who was better than Juwan Jennings in high school? Here's a couple of names. Drew Lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lock it in.
Gunslinger.
Speaking of gunslingers, Jake Browning. Cincinnati's finest. Jarrett Stidham. Kyler Murray, the mental midget. And Jared Rosen.
Josh Rosen?
Josh Rosen.
Don't
Josh
disrespect
Rosen.
my GOAT that way.
Josh Rosen.
UCLA's finest.
GOAT.
My GOAT. Man.
Big U signing out.
Man, Whiskey Cowgirl, great establishment, but at some point, my stomach is doing the Usher little, the
dance moves.
Like, fellas, I'm sweating.
You playing Burn right now inside?
Let it burn.
Yeah. don't let it burn, baby.
Okay.
Don't let it burn while I'm sitting next to you.
No, we're good. I'm trying to be respectful.
Do not let it burn. All right, the last thing I wanted to bring up. This is the last. You can step out if you need to.
I think it's like it's that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Yeah.
How much time we got left? Okay, well, this will be the last thing we'll talk about. Should the Monday after the Super Bowl be a national holiday? Can we make this a national holiday, please and thank you?
PTO needed.
It'd be really nice.
I mean, it's what time?
12. We got to go to work.
12:30 right now. 12:20.
Yeah,
midnight.
Yeah.
I can't complain, dog. I mean, I love my job, so I don't really have to do like crazy stuff. So I mean, it's not like my wife. I just like go wake children up from heart surgery. Like it's a little different.
I do think if your team wins the Super Bowl, it should be a national. It should be a national holiday.
I mean, and then everybody can just, oh yeah, I was a Chiefs fan. How you gonna?
Your city, that. You have to live in Kansas City,
or
the surrounding areas.
They do get a day. They pretty much will get a day off when the parade comes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
when the parade comes.
But I still think if your team wins it and you live in the city or the city itself, like there should be some kind of
just make it an
incentive.
National holiday. Just make it a national holiday all the way across the board. I mean, that would be the easiest way to do it. People like to go out and watch the Super Bowl, have some brewskis,
my wife was
sodas.
more excited about the commercials, and I think she was watching a movie on Netflix in the second half.
Yeah.
Why should she get a holiday? Why should she get a holiday?
Because we have to make sacrifices for us.
I don't think we need to.
That was real big boy.
That was
a real big boy answer right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, national holiday needs to happen. Just because I don't want any responsibilities tomorrow because
that's right.
12:25.
Damn right. Before we close out here, because I wanted to just finish on this note, I want to go around the room real quick and just talk about what this show is going to mean to you in this city. Because this is something special that we're trying to do for y'all and beyond in filling that void that is going to be left in sports media here in this city. And I'm extremely excited that we get a chance to do this a couple times a week. And we're going to try to do it more as we build up. But that's up to y'all. We need y'all's support. We need y'all to watch, listen, contribute. We're going to get some guests in here. We're going to have some fun. And for me, I'll let y'all think, about it. But for me, this is huge because I moved my entire life here 3 years ago to do sports talk radio. And then one by one, I met these gentlemen, plus Joseph, a month ago, which has been awesome.
Yeah,
interesting.
Joseph, bro.
Interesting how those things happen. But I got a chance to meet and know these three gentlemen over the last 3 years. And it just feels like divine intervention and things happen in life. And sometimes you just got to pick yourself back up and continue to move. And we've moved in this direction. And I'm really excited about what we're going to bring to the city of Chattanooga and beyond. And we're going to have some fun. This is going to be, like we wanted sports talk radio to be when we envisioned Feel Good Friday.
Yeah.
We got the visual element. We are all good looking men, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have fun. We're going to get some guests in here, some local guests, some national guests, some regional guests, things like that. We're going to be talking about the Vols, the Titans, the Falcons, the Mocs, the Falcons, the Braves, even if you want to do the Braves. We'll talk general NFL, college football, SEC. We're going to get into a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a fun show. And that's, to me, I know a lot of people were very disappointed when the Word with G went off the air and we weren't going to be able to do a show together. And to me, this is my livelihood. This is what I've wanted to do since I was 14 years old. And I'd be hard pressed to find better friends than the four of you guys. And I love what we do. And I'm excited to bring this to you. So if you rock with the Word with G and you rock with us on Feel Good Friday, you're going to have a blast with Chatt It Up.
Yeah, that's definitely the main part is we get to keep this core together. And like you mentioned, that void is there. I've been here in this city for pretty much all my life. Like ESPN Chattanooga was a big, big part of that. I feel like I've known Wills and David for a while, and I got to know you. As soon as you rolled up in the city, I shot you DM and I was like, hey, we're going to make this happen.
Baby, slide on over.
I was like, I got this little podcast. If you need some help, I got you. And it turned into like the best friend group I could ever ask for. I got, just to be honest, like I have really good friends here, but there was like a little bit of a void of like that group,
Yeah.
And we made that happen. And this city has got so much greatness going on right now. Like right now, we're in the up and coming part. Like if you want to like buy stock, well, you probably should have done it like 3 or 4 years ago. But now you buy even more stock, We're like Apple before they hit the iPad, We're doing little things. So this has so much potential, and we're gonna have so much fun. I can't wait to just bring people on this show and give them a platform or give them conversations that we just get to have because we just have a podcast in this great WaveLength studio. So I can't wait
shout out to
go.
WaveLength, by the way. It's a great plug there. We're at WaveLength Studios right now, and they have a fantastic setup. So thank you. Shout out to WaveLength Studios for hosting us, and this is where we're going to be hosted. And they're fantastic. I mean, they're letting us do this well into the middle of the night, which is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. GT.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm on the same wavelength.
Hey.
Good
answer.
Well done. Good answer.
As Greg, I moved here 4 years ago. I didn't know a soul. I mean, my first day out here was just me and my dog in an apartment. And lo and behold, if you would have told me 4 years later, I'd be doing something with some passion in my life. That is amazing. And when you talk about Chattanooga, the one thing it does not lack is passion. The problem is that you got a lot of people who are making decisions who lack that passion. But we're calling the shots this time. We got the decisions. And I think that goes a long way when we're trying to figure out, hey, we're here for y'all. We're going to chat it up every single week. So I love it.
I mean, 4 years ago, I moved here, the day Kobe passed away? I moved to Chat.
R.I.P.
And, I met each of you individually, kind of like you said, G, and it's changed my life. I truly have a support system, and I truly have a brotherhood that, we can talk about sports and we can talk about life, and it feels the same, and for me, I'm excited to feel what not only is in Chattanooga, but I think in sports media, we do things differently. And I'm excited to grow with you boys. And I can talk about this for 35 minutes, so I'm going to be quiet. But just know that I love you guys. And I'm super proud to be here with you guys. And shout out to Joseph, because he doesn't get enough love, bro.
Yeah.
That's my guy, bro.
Amen.
He doesn't. And Joseph will get a mic and he'll get a camera and we'll get him on the air and he can share his thoughts about being involved with this as well. But just to give you a little background on his story, happened to just be out one night and just happened to run into his mom and his dad and some of their friends. And, we just started chatting and we start chatting it up, so to speak. And nothing.
I give you a little drum.
I mean, it's not the same as the wavelength.
Some sound effect there. Yeah. So we started chatting it up, and he talked about how it was kind of always his dream to do sports media, and he had a big Twitch following. And he did video games and broadcasting and whatnot. And I said, you know what? We may have an opportunity for you. And shout out to him and Joseph. We appreciate you being here with us and riding out this wave with us, because it's going to be an interesting journey. But like you said, I love each and every one of you guys, and love you as well for listening. As Chase would say, love yins. And we're ready to chat it up with you. Big time. So we're going to have some fun with that. Good night. And we will see you on Thursday for another live show here from WaveLength Studios on Chatt It Up Sports. Good night.
Over and out.
Love yins. Bye.